Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about massive news of how Hedera could be set to power a multi-trillion-dollar industry in tokenization assets, and how Hedera is set to be used across both Africa and the Caribbean. So before we talk about the main stories today, I'd like to show you a clip featuring the HBAR bull interviewing the CEO of the asset tokenization platform Red Swan CRE, where the individuals discuss details surrounding the organization being set to tokenize over $5 billion worth of assets, and how this organization is now seeking to utilize the benefits of Hedera's tokenization service to improve their workflows and their offerings.
Well, I think that it is the future. It's happening right now. People keep talking about what's going to happen 5 to 10 years from now. It's happening right now. We've tokenized over $5 billion worth of assets. We just had another major assignment in the multi-billion-dollar level, and it's going to continue. Major corporations are calling us. They want to look at their funds. When they were traditionally offering funds that were not in a digital form, they're now looking to digitize those funds because, let's face it, it's much easier for a large institution like BlackRock to not have to pay out redemption to their clients. If you tokenize, they can buy these shares at, like Don said, at a price they can afford, but now the redemption is up to the end user to sell their shares on the open exchange. Just is a major game changer for the entire industry. So let's not talk about the future. Let's talk about right now, because it's happening today.
So as stated in the previous clip, the organization is seeking to directly utilize Hedera's consensus and tokenization service to create tokenized assets which are representative of the given assets the organization holds, where Red Swan CRE actually specializes in the tokenization of commercial real estate. So this is quite exciting and quite significant for Hedera as a whole. As the previous clip mentioned, the organization currently is involved in the tokenization of over $5 billion worth of assets, again, be it real estate or other assets on the marketplace. And the main reason as to why the organization may have chosen to use Hedera's network for this development is due to the benefits Hedera's tokenization service provides, where in terms of Hedera's tokenization service, the network and offering enables the ability for programmability of assets to occur through the utility of smart contracts offered by Hedera's smart contract service and tokenization service, as well as the low predictive fees offered by Hedera's tokenization service, where it costs less than 1 cent to actively verify a transaction which is authorized and validated on Hedera's consensus and tokenization service. So the direct utility of Hedera's tokenization service in this manner will see the ability for assets to be minted quite seamlessly and cost effectively without the risk of disruptions to workflow surrounding the Hedera consensus and tokenization service. So all around very exciting, and it indicates another reason as to why Hedera is slowly becoming a lot more attractive for more developers around the world, as there's not too many other DLTs on the marketplace that can compete with Hedera, especially in regards to cost effectiveness, in regards to tokenization activities and the minting of tokens and utility of other assets, including smart contracts. So all around, it indicates the number of benefits and innate qualities which makes Hedera a highly attractive proposition and an ideal network for more organizations to utilize, especially over the long run. And this only spells good news for HBAR token holders, as the wide-scale utility and increased usage of Hedera's engine assets, including its tokenization engine, will see increases to the demand for HBAR, where HBAR will be at the center of actively verifying and authorizing transactions which are apparent and occurs on Hedera's tokenization service. So again, as mentioned, when the organization in this example chooses to create and mint a token which is representative to a certain and specific good, these actions will be facilitated through the utility of HBAR, and as a result, this may see synonymous increases to the demand for HBAR, and as a result, the price of HBAR may see increases over the long run. So another reason as to why HBAR, the holding of HBAR, could be an attractive proposition, and as the initial clip detailed, the organization actually holds and is involved in the management of over $5 billion worth of assets in its portfolio. So even if a fraction of these assets are stored on Hedera's tokenization service, this could be quite substantial. So very exciting all around, and it adds to another use case surrounding Hedera's services and another organization which is directly aligned with Hedera. So very exciting, and we'll see how things pan out in over the long run. And as I mentioned, a number of organizations are actually aligned and actively use Hedera's services, including its tokenization service and consensus service, where Hedera is aligned and is working in conjunction with some of the largest organizations around the world who are also Hedera Governing Council members, where the Governing Council members affiliated with Hedera include Standard Bank, Shinhan Bank, Google, IBM, LG, Avery Dennison, and FPOS. So a wide array of organizations which are directly aligned with Hedera, and these governing council members, a few of them at least, actively use the benefits of Hedera's offerings, including its consensus and tokenization service. So it indicates the broad scale utility of the benefits Hedera provides and how these benefits could not only be beneficial for the given organizations who choose and are willingly and actively utilizing Hedera services, but also for Hedera itself, where the broad scale utility of Hedera's network and underlying innovations by these organizations will see, similar to the utility of the usage of Hedera's tokenization service and increased demand for HBAR. So all around you can see these multifaceted ways of utilizing Hedera's network and how these utilities could bring about a number of benefits to HBAR token holders and for Hedera as a whole. So another big story I'd like to talk about is how the Hedera network has actually surpassed over 25 billion transactions on its mainnet since the mainnet went live. So this is extremely exciting and very significant, as only 6 days ago the network passed 24 billion transactions. So you can see how the utility of Hedera's mainnet is increasing in an exponential manner, and this again spells good news and it indicates how widely utilized Hedera's network is slowly becoming, and the number indicates how Hedera is the most widely used network on the marketplace in terms of DLT innovation. So very exciting, and it just shows how significant Hedera's mainnet is becoming and how a number of organizations could be at the center of actively utilizing Hedera's protocols. So this tweet here by Hashport actually gives a bit more insights, where over 5 billion transactions have been authorized on Hedera's mainnet over the last 7 weeks. So it indicates again how substantial transactions are being authorized on Hedera's mainnet on a daily basis, and in this case a weekly basis. So very exciting for Hedera, and there's not too many organizations in the DLT realm that can compete with Hedera, especially in regards to the authorization of transactions. So this puts Hedera ahead over the vast majority of other DLTs on the marketplace in terms of utility. So another story I'd like to talk about is how the Hedera Governing Council member Aberdeen is actively working alongside Chase X in development surrounding tokenization activities, where the two organizations are set to work in conjunction to design and develop a tokenization marketplace that could see the pipeline of several $100 million worth of funds coming in to be held in tokenized assets. So the actual tweet actually provided an article provided by CoinDesk where they actually went into a bit more depth about how this development could roll out and how substantial this development could be as well. So it indicates again another use case surrounding the utility of Hedera's network, and as I mentioned, Aberdeen is a Hedera Governing Council member, so the organisation is working with other organisations, substantial organisations, regarding DLT, and again, it could see Hedera's utilities being directly incorporated and utilised for further development. So all around very exciting, and it adds to another exciting development Hedera is at the centre of, and other organisations which have a direct affiliation with Hedera, and what this could mean for Hedera over the long run in terms of utilities. So another story I'd like to talk about is a thread of tweets actually provided by the HBAR Foundation yesterday. So the thread of tweets actually highlighted to the recent Africa Money Summit and DeFi event, which looked into banking the bankless across the African continent. So during the event, a number of individuals across the financial sphere appeared at the event, including the Hedera team. So upon Hedera's appearance at the event, there was a number of announcements regarding Hedera and Hedera's involvement in protocols surrounding financial activities across the wider African marketplace, where one example of Hedera's involvement in the financial services infrastructure in Africa is the African payment infrastructure Flutterwave, working alongside Hedera in regards to the utility of Hedera's USDC stablecoin. So Hedera is only one of few DLTs of the marketplace that actually provides the USDC stablecoin, and it's quite interesting how Flutterwave have actually earmarked Hedera in regards to USDC utility rather than other DLTs on the marketplace. And this all can go back to the benefits Hedera's network provides in terms of its high TPS and its high finality rates, where these two characteristics makes Hedera a highly attractive proposition, especially in regards to the ability for assets in the case of stablecoins to be sent between varying individuals at a given time, and it will speed up the process in regards to the transaction validation capacity and validation of payments between stakeholders. So this could speed up the rate by which transactions are authorized across the wider African marketplace as provided by Flutterwave. And another development that Hedera is at the center of is how the Hedera-backed CBDC organization, MTech, has actually partnered with the Bank of Ghana, the Ghanaian central bank, where this collaboration is centered around the design and development of an e-cedi, which will be accessible and rolled out by the Bank of Ghana in regards to the exploration of CBDC developments and protocols for the wider Ghanaian marketplace, and in turn MTech and the Bank of Ghana. So it indicates how Hedera indirectly could be at the center of powering a national financial infrastructure in the e-cedi in Ghana. So very exciting, and it's not set in stone as of yet whether this will be officially rolled out when the Ghanaian central bank do choose to roll out their CBDC. But it's very interesting that the Bank of Ghana are fully aware of the benefits Hedera can provide, and in extension the benefits MTech can provide. So another story we need to keep an eye on, especially over the next few months and even years. So another development the HBAR Foundation provided insights to was how the leading payment company in the Caribbean, WePay Caribbean, actually worked on a development which involved a settlement network between Caribbean islands, the Americas, and Africa. And at the center of this initiative and development saw the utility of Hedera's tokenization service, where the organization actively utilized Hedera's tokenization service and the usage of the USDC stablecoin, which is actively based and backed on Hedera's network. And the utility of Hedera's tokenization service and its USDC stablecoin oversaw the sending of funds between Trinidad to Jamaica. So this indicates another real-world usage of Hedera's tokenization service, especially in regards to stablecoin utilities. So similar to how Flutterwave may have chosen to use Hedera's network due to it being a lot faster and a lot more cost effective compared to traditional payment infrastructures. Another reason as to why these organizations may have turned to Hedera is due to the potential rolling out and provisioning of stablecoins, where stablecoins on Hedera are quite cost effective, where it only costs, again, less than $1 to create a stablecoin on Hedera's network. And as a result, these low cost and fees to create and mint a stablecoin to enable the sending of funds around the world and between nations are done so quite cost effectively without the risk of excessive fees being experienced by stakeholders in this payment infrastructure, be it WePay or the given nation. So another exciting development involving Hedera and how Hedera could be at the center of a payment channel between Caribbean islands and Africa. So finally, the thread of tweets provided by the HBAR Foundation actively highlighted to how this development was centered around providing support to the bankless in both Africa and the Caribbean, where there's a number of individuals in both of these regions which don't have accessibility to bank accounts. So the lack of accessibility to bank accounts by individuals in these given regions and nations can be potentially overcome through the utility and rolling out of Hedera's protocols, where one doesn't need a bank account to utilize the benefits of Hedera's infrastructure. And if payment organizations across both, in this example, Africa and the Caribbean, do choose to utilize Hedera's network, these payment infrastructures will be accessible to the wider African marketplace and population. So this again could be quite substantial for Hedera as a whole, where potentially millions of individuals could potentially in some way use Hedera's network, and this will see increases in the demand for HBAR, where HBAR will be at the center providing liquidity in the authorization of transactions, and as a result this may see synonymous increases to the price of HBAR, especially over the long run. And as more nations, organizations and individuals choose to harness payment systems that actively use Hedera services. But again, time will tell, and it'll be interesting to see how these developments play out, and whether Hedera will be at the center of such initiatives and protocols, and how this could impact not just HBAR token holders but also for the wider population. What are your thoughts on Hedera? Are you bullish on Hedera's involvement in developments in Africa and the Caribbean? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.